Most people think astronomers have to start by learning all the constellations, but that really isn't true. In fact, most astronomers really hardly know any constellations at all. The reason for that is because constellations really depend on where you're looking from. So the constellations we see in our night sky are sort of unique to our view from our solar system. So take a look at this little simulation, right? This shows the whole celestial sphere and all the constellations that you can see in our sky. So the Earth would sort of be in the middle of this big sphere, and we look out and we see all these constellations. So let's see if we can spot anything familiar. There's Sagittarius and Scorpius, it looks like, on sort of the far side of the celestial sphere. Now, the bigger dots here are stars that appear brighter in our sky, and the smaller dots are stars that appear fainter. This is totally, though, a product of our point of view. In fact, if you could see all these stars in their actual physical location, so imagine we could zoom out and look at all these stars sort of from the outside, we wouldn't see these patterns at all. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to zoom out and see the actual positions of these stars as well as their actual brightnesses. Let's see what that would look like. Whoa. Alright, so as I rotate this, now the Earth again is at the center of this huge complex of stars, way down inside there, right? And you'll see that we're just kind of looking out at all these stars that happen to be in our neighborhood. In fact, some of those stars are really far away, but they're also really bright, and so that's why we see them, right? But most of those stars, if I zoom in, are actually quite faint. They just happen to be really close to us. And you'll notice now from this outside perspective that the lines that once connected all these shapes to make the constellations are now just a mess of squiggles in all different directions. So the constellations we see in our sky really only exist in the sense that we happen to see them from our vantage point on Earth. So astronomers don't tend to care about them a whole lot because it doesn't help us understand the universe any better. Zooming out and having this sort of cosmic perspective on our neighborhood of stars is much more interesting to astronomers than the patterns that happen to appear in our night sky.